have questions?
Yeah. Welcome back to the Bar Talk Podcast. Yeah, we're doing questions, Jess.
Jess, questions from Johnny Sins.
Johnny Sins, Jess's favorite actor.
Yeah, he's so talented. He's got a wide range, if you know what I mean.
Great method actor.
Method actor. Really gets in his roles, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking Jesus Christ. Hey, listen.
So, that voice is Jess Hamill of New World Tavern.
Hello.
We also have Dan Mahoney of Stats.
Sup?
And we have Nick Thatcher of The Poor Guys.
Yes.
To say that officially.
The Poor Guys.
The Poor Guys. So that's what we'll...
Catch me at BBC too.
BBC and Mayflower. And
he's just pouring all over town.
Yeah.
He's pouring himself into everywhere
Yeah.
in this community.
I got bills to pay.
He's a glue guy.
He's a jack of all trades.
Yeah, jack of all trades. Just like Johnny Sins.
I was going to say, you're the black Johnny Sins.
Oh, don't say that.
He's going out his business card.
Don't say that a minute after I say I work at BBC. That's wild.
Gotta love it. That's the British Beer.
It's the
British Beer Company.
The number of times that I've brought that place up to people and they're just going to stare at me and be like, it's the British Beer Company. Sorry, you're not from Plymouth.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Who are these ladies?
Yeah, I was thinking, like, who are you talking to? That's where they jumped
I
to.
have friends.
There was a bridal party, like, you can tell, like, old ladies with a sash. Like,
Yeah.
I'm 50, yeah. And they're running down the street, we're standing.
What do you mean old ladies wearing a sash?
You know what I'm
that says 50?
talking about.
Yeah.
50's not old, Nick.
Okay,
It is
older.
you wearing a sash.
Older.
Fuck
You
you all.
instantly age an
They're
extra
like,
15 years.
Yeah, BBC. And I was like, you want to find out? They're like, oh my God. And the husbands were just like, put their hands in the pocket, walk by. And I was like, yeah, I didn't mean to. From my point of view, what these women are saying is coming in my direction.
Right.
He's hanging out the windows yelling it.
No, stop having fun.
I'm the fun police.
BBC is crazy.
Yeah. Screaming down the
Other
streets.
than that, what is the craziest thing that has happened mid-shift that you had to just keep working like nothing happened?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how long you got?
Oh, yeah.
We have about 43 and a half minutes.
Well, let's start with the hits. I had
The hits.
a midget stripper come in, try to fight everyone in the bar, and I had to call the police on her.
That's a classic.
I had a
Classic.
crazy woman scream in my face because she thought the bar phone was the government secret camera spying on her. I had a homeless guy that might have been homeless outside yelling at trees, telling them they're not so peaceful, and then come in and try to fight everyone. I had a guy I kicked out 4 times and kept changing his shirt thinking he was a different person. My water heater blew up.
Oh, yeah.
This is all at one bar, too.
Yeah,
I'm not
all
even-
one place.
I'm not branching out. This is all probably in 1 year.
I was gonna say, that's a
I'm
different
just real
day.
things that happen
Yeah.
close to it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I think that's enough for me.
Yeah, those-
but,
I was
you know,
gonna say,
feel
those
free
are
to
the-
add on.
Those are the
Those are the hits.
Yeah.
Those are the hits, yeah.
Definitely have other ones. But
Always fights. Fights are always like you just have to pretend like they don't end up happening, which is just like
they don't
you know,
even faze me anymore.
some.
Just because I'm
Listen,
dealt with other ridiculous
sometimes
things.
like depending on the situation, like I will be shook up for like a good 10 minutes afterwards because I'm just like it's a combination, man. I can't believe that just fucking happened, and I'm so fucking tired of the shit. Like you know what I mean? Like it's like a combination of just like
Yep.
or the other side of that is when your staff starts crying in the middle of a shift and you have to go fucking deal with it.
Oh,
I
that's gotta
fucking-
be the worst.
Hate that.
So when you tell them grow up, go in the walk-in like
yeah.
an adult.
Yeah,
Yeah.
scream in the freezer like an adult.
Go in the crying.
Yeah. Yeah. And then not only do you have to go back and pretend like that didn't just happen, but now they have to go back out and pretend like it didn't happen.
Right.
Like I gotta go wait on my people now. It's like, Jesus Christ. Nine times out of 10, I'll just send them home. I was like, just go home. Like,
Yeah, I got this. It's already.
Yeah, you're going to be more of a burden.
Yeah, exactly.
Just sit my way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, Oh, well, then the lady fucking whipped her tit out? I mean, that's classic.
That's just a Tuesday for Nick.
Yeah.
With private events, like, you must not have as much control over what happens.
That's
As a
true.
guy.
No, I mean, I've seen, like, weddings.
Yeah.
Man, okay, so, like, fights, yeah. But it's like women fighting is crazy.
Dude.
Worse.
At
Like,
weddings?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
like, there's a lot of cheating going on in these weddings.
Again, the bartender always has the inside
And
scoop.
there's so many moments where I'm just like, I'm not touching that.
Yeah.
I'm not, that's
That's
you're
not
a
me,
third
yeah.
party to this venue.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll talk to the wedding planner.
Right.
I'm not dealing with that.
Yep,
There's
absolutely.
two women roll on the ground because some bridesmaid did something with someone.
Oh, yeah.
Did something. I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of family feuds, stuff like that.
Yeah. Loose lips once you've had a few cocktails.
Yeah,
All of a
I
sudden,
mean,
all the-
I've seen a wild one. Well, it's always like, it's an open bar, but you're open to so long.
Right.
And then the bride's father's like, well, I paid for this. What does some more money do for that? We're like, well, I mean, and people be like, we'll be talking then, because we only got this much time.
Right.
Yeah.
But because right now it's like you guys, it's cash bar or whatever. It's $2,000 pizza. Whatever. And then next thing you know, it's like half an hour later, I paid for this, I did this.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Just like punches some
something.
uncle. It's like
Yeah.
drunk uncles fighting. And then they're puking.
Holy
Like,
shit.
this
Oh,
really
yeah.
happened. I've
Yeah.
really seen this stuff. And it's like, and you just kind of like, after
Yeah.
a while, like,
Yeah.
You're like the saloon bartender. You sit back, polish your glasses.
There was a lot of that. Like, thank God I don't have to do this. Like, it's
Yeah.
not my restaurant.
Yeah.
You know what
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, I've seen like when I used to do a lot of functions at East
do
Bay.
a lot of fights.
A lot of fights. I used to do a lot of functions at East Bay, and we do like a lot of weddings and stuff. Yeah, there'd be fights more often than not.
Really?
Yeah,
Like open bars, because they're just
Open
like they
bar
just-
is just
Yeah.
a fucking disaster.
Because you
waiting to
can't
happen.
gauge how much people are gonna. You have to really watch people. You gotta
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
all right. Like
Yeah.
the first few, I'll loosen them up. And after a while, it's
yeah,
Two
yeah.
count
Cap
four.
it back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
At that
mean?
point,
yeah.
they don't know.
like, yeah, I
Right.
don't even know. Some people have given them, it's just water.
Right.
You don't know what the hell it
Oh
is.
yeah.
They're
Classic.
like, it's a tip there. I love you. Alright, cool. Thank you.
But yeah,
one-
we're
one crazy thing I did see. It didn't involve me, but I was very like, this is at a restaurant I used to work at. On the bar. I'm not gonna say no names. And this girl was working. She was always sick all the time. She was always just like, something's wrong, whatever. She got stung by a bee, which is fair.
were you at an outside
If you've
bar?
been to the Rye Tavern, you know.
Oh,
in
okay.
the fall.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
It's,
outside bar.
you versus the Yellow Jackets. And after a while, you just share the space.
I like how you decided that you weren't going to name this bar and then fucking gave that
Yeah.
up.
But I'm not going to name people.
Okay.
Sarah.
We're gonna stop, and it's cranking, it's busy.
Taylor.
Stop naming people.
I don't know anyone that works there, so
Alright.
just name
Girl
names.
gets stung. She goes to the upstairs and like tries to get ready and whatever, fix it, all that. And then the other, head bartender there, she's just like, she's not really for the bullshit, but she's just like, all right, well, it's busy, but like, hey, we all get stung. Like,
Yeah.
It happens.
you know what you signed up for when
Yeah.
you come here. Like, look at it. Like, what do you think?
Yeah.
She goes over to like pep talk her, like, hey, listen, like, how you doing? Like, you all right? You want to go home? What you want to do? Like, because like
Yeah.
it's busy and we need you. Like, but if you can't, it's fine.
Right.
Comes back down, girl grabs his stuff, leaves, and the other girl's like, I don't know, whatever. We just got to do it. You just show goes
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
That's it. 20 minutes later, maybe half an hour later, girl's dad shows up,
Stop.
starts wailing out,
What?
bargaining out, calling her a dickhead, asshole, like saying like crazy profanities to her.
Wow. Bringing in the parents.
And the girls in the
That's
car
bold.
just bawling. I'm like,
Because
how
they let her
old
go
are
home.
we?
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, because she said she was being yelled at. But it was just like, you were being yelled at. You just like, hey, like,
Like, what's going on?
Like-
what are we doing?
like, what are
yeah.
you
Even
doing
if you
here?
are
Yeah, what
being
are we
yelled
doing?
at,
Yeah.
call him your dad.
Some, yeah.
Call your
Listen,
dad to
some
come
people.
How old was this girl?
Yeah.
Had to be young.
30.
Stop. That's a lie.
Really?
No.
Like 29, 30, yeah.
Stop.
That's the depth of this story, what I'm saying. It's just like, what's
Yeah.
going on here? It's not like a busser or a
Yeah,
hostess.
yeah,
like,
even like
you're
a
on the
18-year-old.
bar, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's cranking, dude. Like,
But like, wow, that's
And
I'm thinking she's like in her teens, like late teens.
I was
early
going to
20s.
give like early 20s.
Yeah,
like that.
no,
It's
it's
still child.
but it's just like okay.
30?
Yeah,
Wow.
but as
she
it's
definitely
going
still
on,
lives
like,
at home with her
like,
dad.
there's 2 bartenders off the bar, so I'm just like,
Whatever.
I'm
Yeah.
a business. We'll talk about it later.
Wow, that's bold.
Yeah.
People, listen. There's so many people that think that like being disciplined is being yelled at. It's like no, yelling is being yelled at. Like so.
No, when her father came back, it was yelling.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like
Andy, your kids aren't 30, but like they're older. Like, what's your reaction?
Yeah, what would you?
Listen, my kids talk to me about their job all the time.
Yeah.
And it's usually like, well, what did you do?
Right.
You're like, and I don't mean like, what did you do? But like, what was your reaction in this?
Yeah.
And then we talk about like, okay, maybe like this time try this. But
Right.
it would never once occur to me
Go down there and
to go down there and like
The situation's over.
Right, it's over.
I've
It's done.
stopped by their work maybe 3 times ever.
Right.
And both times was like, hey, I was in the neighborhood and I brought you a snack.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Right.
you should share it with your boss.
Let me go yell at my adult child's fucking.
If they ever came and like, you need to go down there, I'd be like, you're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah.
I don't need to go. I don't know that
Absolutely
person.
not. Yeah.
Once
That's
you
why
hit
crying.
18, you're an adult,
Right.
and you can no longer have your parents fight your parents.
When my youngest turned 18, we were out
Kicked
for-
him out of the house.
We were out for lunch.
You're
We
on
were
your
out for
own,
lunch,
buddy.
and I went, I just want you both to know I'm not legally obligated to love either one of you anymore. And they're like, what? I'm like, I do, but I'm not legally obligated to.
So you're on your own.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind.
Oh my god. And then if she was 30, how old's the dad?
I don't know.
Like
Really.
fucking
Best
like
50. The best.
the
Something
best
like that, yeah.
old ass dude just fucking
I
coming
didn't
in
really
and
talk
yelling.
much of
Shaking his
this,
cane.
but he was talking crazy.
Got grandpa out of the retirement
I
But
mean,
he
home.
called another woman a dickhead. Like,
I know.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
It's not just going down there, but like making a scene.
Yeah.
this was the funniest part. He called
Oh
a woman
my
a
God.
dickhead. You're
So
an
did
asshole.
that girl continue to work there after?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was
was
gonna
like-
say.
It wasn't like you got fired. It was like, that's embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come here again.
I can't imagine. I gotta go to work the next day after my dad just went home.
That was the most embarrassing part. I was like, that.
But you know what's
like,
fucked up is
man,
that's the kind of person I feel like would show
Oh,
up
100%.
and expect like, why is
Well, what do you
everyone
mean?
weird?
Why-
it's a
yeah.
problem. Yeah, this is awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, your dad made it awkward.
Yeah.
I hope this person listens to this show and she comes and yells at Andy. Her dad comes and yells at Andy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so great.
I
Oh.
just, the last time I was getting yelled
Okay,
at,
talk about me.
the last time I was getting yelled at was by a vendor at one of our events, and he was just being a fucking asshole. And I was just like, hey, maybe these events, aren't for you. Maybe like our style of doing things doesn't work. I don't need your attitude. I'm like, you're sitting here fucking yelling at me in public.
Oh, that just
Like, I don't need your head.
Oh, that
I was
just
just like, okay.
that just triggered me so hard. Oh my god, there was
I was just like, oh, sure.
there was this guy who was doing the door for one of our bands. So the people who collect the money for the door for the bands don't work for us. They work for the band. So I don't. They don't work for me. I don't
Yeah.
like.
Like
I don't
back
manage
away,
them.
like-
Yeah, so they
yeah,
sit
yeah.
in front of the front door and they collect the money for the bands. So we have no affiliation with them, whatever. But we have rules because it's our fucking place. So
Yeah.
like, we always say that the doors open at 8:30 and the music starts at 9. That's always been that way, and for many reasons. And one of them is sound check, like because people just will walk in during sound check and then like they want to start talking to the people, but they're trying to like get shit done. So they're like whatever. So
Yeah, they're working.
right, they're working. So like 8 o'clock rolls around and this guy opens the door and I politely go over and I just say, hey, I was like, doors aren't till 8:30. I was like, they're not done back there yet. I was like, plus like I'm out back bartending, but I have to help them up here for a little bit. I said, so please can you just not let anybody in till 8:30? He was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. And then he was like, well, so and so told me to open the doors. I was like, they were wrong. I was like, so just not till 8:30. Like, just have to keep fucking explaining to this guy. I look over, he lets, like, maybe 10, 15 minutes later, not even 10 minutes later, he lets, fucking more people go in. And I walk back over there, I was like, dude, I'm serious. Like, please don't open the doors till 8:30. I was like, whatever. So he's like, well, like I just was letting the older people in, and I look over and they're like fucking 40. I'm like, who's old? What are you talking about? So then,
why you look at me?
No,
Why you look at me?
she said 40. I was like, I know how you feel.
You try to have a moment of sauce.
I'm not touchy. You're touchy. Shut up.
Unified is like, fuck you, buddy. Have you seen someone?
Sorry, it's been a couple days. All right.
yeah. So then for the third time I look over and he let more fucking people in. So I just said, you know what? I was like, this guy's just gonna do whatever the fuck he wants anyway. I told everybody up front, I was like, you guys are good, right? Because I'll go back there because apparently this guy's so fucking anxious to open the doors early. I gotta go back there now. So I walked over and I was like, it's like 8:15. I said, all right, you can just open the doors now. He's like, oh, I can't? I go, well, you're gonna do it anyway. You've been doing it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't need your attitude. And I went, I go, dude, I've told you now this 3 times not to let people in early, and you keep letting people in early. Well, like, blah, blah, blah. And he starts going fucking off on me. And I go, sir, I'm the one that works here.
Yeah.
Not you. I said, we have rules for a reason, and I go, there's no bartender back here, and you're letting people into a show that hasn't started yet, and there's nobody to wait on them. Well, I told people to go up to the front bar if they need a drink. I go, that doesn't... So you're letting them in just to let them back out? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they give me $20 more.
Oh my God, he was such a fucking dick. And then it turns out he was like the father of like the lead singer in the band.
Yeah.
So at the end of the night, like all the band comes up and it was a great show. Like they put on a great show. They packed the room. It was great. So they came over and said, "Oh, you guys were awesome. You were great." So like now I'm going above and beyond to be the nicest fucking person to every other person in this band.
Yeah.
So they can turn and be like, "Oh man, that bartender was so nice." Like meanwhile, this guy was like I was a dick to him. He was a dick to me. I'm like, dude. But whenever he was like, I don't need your attitude, like, whoa, switch. Like that. It's like, no.
Yeah. I was literally, and the funny part was, was it Scotty? I can't remember. There was someone who was in, so there's a whole thing about, like, the place was still packed so people couldn't bring their cars to their spaces, and that's what people
Oh, yeah.
And someone was like, well, I'm disabled and my table's really heavy. I'm like, no, like, hey, I'm all about making shit work. Like, give me a second. I'll go grab some help. And I grabbed someone I knew who was in the place. I'm like, can you give me a hand moving a table? They're like, yeah, no problem. And that's when the guy fucking stopped and like started flipping me out, and flipping out at me. And he's like, oh, I don't need your attitude. And I kind of like turned to him, who's there, and they're like, oh, fucking, like, what the fuck is going on?
I know. I almost had to kick that. I almost had to tell that guy to fucking leave.
Dude, that's what I said. Like, at one point, you just
because
said, sorry,
well, that was the thing is, like, now I'm like, do I prevent them from booking again? Because he was like the person's help, not the vendor themselves.
Right.
So,
well, I told the guy who books our bands. I said, listen. I said, because I apparently like the guy gave Tim a problem too because he didn't know who he was and he just walked in. And he's like, I book you guys. Like, I'm not paying the cover charge.
Right. Yeah.
I'm literally just coming in to make sure everything's cool and then I'm leaving. Like. And so he's like, that door guy. I was like, listen. I was like, that guy was a fucking asshole. So then I sent him an email. Yeah. So then I sent him a message like later because I always update him. Like, the show was great. The show was good. They brought in a lot of people, brought in money, blah, blah, blah. I said, but however, I would warn them if you plan on bringing this guy in again to do your door, he has to follow the rules and he can't give anybody an issue about it. Like, fighting with the manager isn't going to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, and though his wife was doing the door with him, and for a split second, that's when I was almost like, all right, well, then you can fucking leave, and your wife can fucking stay here and collect money for your daughter. Mm-hmm. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Ugh.
People suck.
People fucking suck.
People get so entitled.
I've dropped the line. I've argued with people at the front door. Well, they can't come in. I'm like, I don't know, man. I just fucking work here. I just walk away.
That's kind of what I fall into, too, though. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You just gotta walk away sometimes. Otherwise, it makes shit worse. Yeah. Trust me, I could keep going if I wanted to.
I've done that, too. Where, like, they keep the argument like, oh, I'm all set talking about this.
Yeah.
And then they stand there, and I'm like...
That's the best. You just mic drop them and walk away, and they still want to go.
Well, the worst is, like, I'm, like, at the spot where I'm supposed to be, so I can't walk away. And I've literally been like, oh, I'm all done talking about this.
Yeah.
Yep. And they'll just stand there, and I'll be like, what? And they'll repeat, like, their argument, like, yeah, I'm all set talking about it.
We're all done. All done.
I'm done. Like,
next.
We're good.
Yeah.
You can go away now. What would you do if you're working in a very busy kitchen where there is no space and the other employees are acting aggressively and physically aggressive to each other during preparation for service? Some guy shoves you, and then the head chef tell you that you have to quit acting like that, or else you're going to be sent home and lose your job.
I was gonna say, does somebody from the Speedball Tavern fucking write this in?
I know.
Right? First, I'm like, oh, how do you deal with working in a small kitchen? Oh, okay. And now this guy's like,
Every kitchen in some sort.
What would you do?
Yeah, what would you do?
A little bit of punctuation would have been helpful.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be rude, 'cause I'm not good at that, but there's
How
a
do you
lot
deal
of U's in
with
there.
physical violence in a kitchen?
That's what it sounded like.
I think you
Like,
need to read that.
Dunk him in a
one
fry
more
later.
time.
End of
like-
story.
That's what I was gonna say. Fucking bury him in there. Prison rules, dude.
Yeah.
Then you're the head chef.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how they get promoted in that. Fuck.
Right, yeah.
That's Nick.
I'm the head chef.
How do you think
Yeah.
you became the poor guy?
Yeah, no one's seen those other poor guys.
They've been
Took
silent
the
for a
S
while.
off.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can only be one.
You wanted to fly.
I mean, if you're working in a kitchen where nobody fucking gets along, then you need to reevaluate who you have working in your kitchen.
Yeah.
And not to say that everybody gets along all the time, but to the point of like physical violence.
But the longer it goes, you're destined to fail.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, you definitely have to. I don't know. Was it just an employee? It sounds like it was just like a kitchen employee that was
Yeah.
writing it,
Probably
right? Yeah. Not like
Chef
a
says
The
so,
chef
you gotta
said
go home.
if you don't like cut the shit, you're going home.
But the
then
guy
fire
pushing people.
Yeah.
Fucking,
But this is the thing,
he
you know,
pushed people.
Do you
Right.
mean like aggressively moving around like
Right,
he's not
that's-
properly
right.
doing that?
Yeah.
Or you mean like, hey, asshole, got my way,
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know.
Hockey
Like,
checks
it
and
was
maybe-
unclear.
I worked in
Yeah.
some kitchens where people do foul things to me. They put like, the tongs on like a burner. You know what I mean? And then
yeah.
put it down. And someone picks it up and like, whoa, what the
Yeah.
hell? And it's like, dude,
Like,
that's
what are you
like
doing?
That's
3rd
not
degree
cool.
burn that guy's
Yeah.
wrong. Now he can't work.
Right.
Thanks.
Right.
I hope you got a laugh out of that one. That was cool. Like,
It's like, my shit's over now. Bye.
Yeah.
now we're staying an hour longer close.
Right.
Because we lost the guy.
Yeah. No, that definitely sounds like.
That's how you know it's really happening.
Yeah. I mean, sounds like you just got to get rid of the problem person. That's all.
It's
Yeah.
always
I think I
like
just
that.
removed myself.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe
It's either
not
it's
the
that.
kitchen.
It's one of the two.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in it long enough and
Yeah.
you're like, this is not working out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're right about like if you're just working in a small kitchen and like somebody bumps into you and you take it personally, but it's not really like it's just it's small. Like
Yeah.
I'm not a small person by any means. I'm gonna booty bump you at least 16 times in a small kitchen. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
and it's that weird like
or behind the bar. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
I have
So it's almost the same thing.
yeah.
heard from people who work in like a food truck type environment
Oh yeah.
where like they're like, oh, this is one guy, blah blah blah, and he's like, not the
He's
like,
always touching me.
yeah, but like they're like, but like he puts his hands on
Is
my
he-
hips and like moves me, and I'm like, yeah, but like, is he just like get the fuck out of the way,
Right,
or
yeah.
is he like, oh, excuse me, you know, like,
it's like,
it's-
how long was the linger? Yeah.
right, exactly, yeah, and it's just like,
Did he like try to tickle you at the same time? Like,
How many?
did he try to stick his finger in your butt?
If so, how many?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in situations where it's like, hey, behind you, and I hand
Right.
out.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? I don't
yeah.
like deliberately touch you, but
Right.
like if you back in,
Yeah.
you're like, hey, behind you. So,
Yeah.
Because I just, shit happens when
Yeah.
it's busy.
No, there's definitely been-
It's a weird fine line,
Yeah.
kind of,
Well,
But
that's the thing.
The
It's
hand
all
on the hips is
about.
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Especially if it's front
Because
hip.
my first thing was like small, and they're like, yeah, but and I'm like, well,
You're like, is
yeah,
that
sounds
does he have
like
a third arm? I feel something grazing against my back.
Even when you like work with
that a
women in the
bad guy?
kitchen too.
This
like,
is what happens when Jess
Yeah.
watches porn before we start recording.
Right?
walking up with
Listen,
Johnny Sins
I'm just
bit.
trying to take it
Watching
down.
the
a
favorite
notch.
chef's cook videos.
I heard Johnny Sin's a great bartender.
She's googling Johnny Sims food truck.
sure you'll find it.
Sure, it's there on the interweb somewhere.
But yeah, I've had like a bartenders complain about like people bumping and like, oh, she keeps bumping into me, like, and like complains about it, like she's doing it, she hates me, she does it because she doesn't like me. It's like, bro, look at the size of this fucking bar. Like, what do you mean?
Well,
like,
your bar's not a good example.
No, this one. There's so much space behind here, but I'll tell you what, I still fucking bump into everybody every now and then because I'm just like, man, I'm an idiot. Like, I'm not paying attention. Yeah, like, but I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, sometimes you just don't take shit personally. But like in the height of like, especially like, I mean, I've been working in kitchens in like a high stress situation where you're fucking just going crazy and like your tensions are high anyway. So like, is it just because of that? Is it because that guy's really an asshole? Or are you just being sensitive? Like, what's...
I've seen like just plain out immature childish behavior, like when it's not busy, like when people like get back to the weather vane, the early days.
Yeah.
You know, like I've seen some terrible things. I've seen people throw like white pepper in other people's face. You know what I mean?
Oh my god!
Stupid shit like that. Like there'd be like hot fans and like there's like clam fry, and people just like throw in the back of the fan and just like.
What the
like
fuck?
I've seen crazy, and
that
like
sounds
this,
like hazing.
but it was like this is after you were hazed. This is just like how we are, like, and it's like this.
That's how we do things here.
The weatherman is long gone.
Yeah,
statute of limitations are over. If it was now, I'd say don't eat it. But I mean, I've seen some things where I'm like, whoa, I would hate to be the chef because that's a lot of money wasted. I've seen people take a big like salmon fillet and like slap someone with it. Yeah, I've seen shit.
I think I've seen that before.
Yeah, like
not the weather vane.
we leave a bunch of teenagers to run a how many 170 seat restaurant. Yeah. It gets crazy.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Everyone's smoking weed in the dumpster. It's like waiting. It's just like terrible. It's just have you ever seen Waiting?
Yeah.
That is so that era.
Like that movie could be a nonfiction movie documentary. It's not completely accurate.
It's a drama,
but
to me.
It's based
not
on
a
a true
comedy.
story.
Yeah. It's
an autobiography.
Yeah, it's literally
It's
like
like a mind thriller. It's just a mind.
everyone thinks like working in the kitchen's like, oh, it's like how Anthony Bourdain did it. And that's like, nah,
man.
I was raised.
First we can watch Iron Chef, then we're gonna watch Waiting.
I think that was like Anthony Bourdain's thing was like the back of the house of delinquents.
It's just animals.
The whole house is delinquents.
Yeah, exactly. Get rid of that guy.
No one ever got sent home. I never seen no brawls. No, I never done in the kitchen.
No.
Shockingly, never seen a fight.
I've almost seen fights in the kitchen, but not.
What is the dumbest thing you've heard during the hiring process?
Oh.
And this is in quotes. I just don't want to touch anything gross.
Define gross.
What's your level of gross?
You gotta define gross.
I need to know what this job was being interviewed.
I mean, I can't imagine.
You're a host.
Working
I just
out.
don't touch you.
Like, so you want to be a dishwasher? It says.
I don't want to touch it. Your whole
At a
job
seafood
is,
restaurant.
Yeah, your whole job is gross.
You're working at a raw bar.
Wow.
I don't like seafood. Selfish allergy.
You work at
selfish allergy is crazy.
Longhorn and you're a vegetarian.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like I had a kind of a stupid answer fairly recently in an interview for a bartender, and he had some bartending experience but not much, and so I asked him how he felt comfortable with free pouring, like you think you
don't charge people?
But yeah, no, I would have been a good one. But, he's like, oh, I feel pretty comfortable, but it's been a while since I poured a draft beer, so I'm not sure. Like, I'm like, what? A draft? Okay, we're moving on. Like,
That's what he thought free pouring was?
was pouring a draft beer as opposed to like free pouring alcohol. Yeah, I don't care. If you're not comfortable pouring a draft beer, then what are we doing here? Because it literally does have to work for you. You just have to fucking pull the tap and hold the glass.
It's like pouring Kool-Aid, dude. It's not fizzy. Like, damn.
It'd be the same as pouring out of a
Kool-Aid
soda.
might be harder.
I know, right?
Get that shit on you and change it.
I think that was probably the stupidest answer to a question. that I've had. Other than that, I don't think I've really
Mine
had
just
any.
been like, oh, I don't want to work in general.
Yeah.
Like, what are we here for then?
Because they're
Oh, I don't want to
on-
work the
'cause they-
weekends. It
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's-
so you don't like
that's
money,
always-
okay?
Yeah, right. That's always a good one. I don't want to work weekends.
I did interview this woman one time, and like it was going well, and I'm like, all right, she seems like, you know, and then so yeah, I was in with the like, oh, any questions for me? And she goes,
Oh, yeah.
what's your sick day policy? And I fucking cross her off the list. Like,
She's
Oh,
sick
man,
all the
that's
time.
good.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The craziest thing I've ever heard maybe was like someone like trying to hire someone and they were like, so what's it take for me to get your job? And I'm like,
Wow. Bold.
You
I was like, okay.
Like Joe said, you said, yes, you're the manager now.
I was just like,
I'm free.
I'm not available at the moment.
Wow.
Let's start here and we'll see how
See
much
where
you
we
piss
go,
me
yeah.
off, and I'll, you know what I mean? Just
All it
worry
takes
about
is one
prep.
more mental breakdown.
and that's always one of those people that like.
Like you're aiming for my head, bro.
Yeah.
And you come in and like,
But it's just like one of those like I feel like everyone that ever worked for me that was like, I could do your job. Like, you're the worst fucking one here. You're the
Oh, yeah.
worst one here.
It's always
Concentrate on
that
your
one.
job first.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
always
what would
those
you do
ones.
without me? And be like, probably be fucking happier.
Yeah,
right now,
yeah.
you know? Like,
get
Oh, yeah.
more shit
yeah,
done.
they just
Yeah.
don't have any concept of like which are the good employees and which aren't. the
Well,
good
no, I think it's they just have they're cocky or they have like a big ego. They think their shit doesn't stink, so it's like they're like, oh, I can fucking do your job.
So like
Yeah.
one up, like, yeah, well, you know, back
Sir,
in the day,
you
I
have-
used to
You have no idea what I do.
cook over here in New York somewhere, at a steakhouse.
Oh,
Michelin
yeah.
Star. There's one kid. He said he worked at Michelin Star place. And stuff.
Jesus, yeah. Or people who like, you know,
As
they-
the valet.
people who like work at like, you know, like a place like us that's like a casual atmosphere, and then they think that they can just go do like fine dining because it must be the same. It's like, dude, it's really not. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna get your ass chewed out once you go there,
Yep.
and you realize like you got to do this littlest, stupidest things because that's just how they do it, and like whatever. And you're
Who the hell was I? I was talking to someone recently. They went on like vacation somewhere.
That was last episode with
Was
this
it last
guy.
episode? All right. I didn't want to get into the story. I didn't want to get into the story and then be like, wait, was that on the show?
yeah,
Yep, that was Jess's
that was
story.
me,
Yeah, we know because I listened to it yesterday.
Yeah, it was like I in Nashville. He worked at like the barbecue joint. He's like, oh, it was fine dining. Like, I'm like, good luck, bro. I don't think that's gonna work out well for you. But
Yeah.
when I go to Nashville again in like 6 months, I'll see if you're still working here. Like, oh man, that didn't work out for you, did it?
Nope. Back to the old drawing board.
Back to the old drawing board. Yeah.
It's good to get versed in like whatever. I remember I used to do like Speedwell, like, and it was like, oh, this is great, and then go to Malabar and be like, oh,
Oh, jeez.
Like-
Yeah.
it's like North Korea over there. Sorry, Jim. I love you. But it was clean. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was set up, but it was just the dynamic was such a change.
Yeah. Yeah. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's just a
It's
different
just-
grass.
It is
Like,
it's
just-
sometimes nice to dip your toe in that, like,
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Right, yeah.
It's like this.
yeah.
Or, you know,
Right.
that's how you figure out where you're supposed to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Trial
Try
and
it out.
error.
Yeah.
Trial and
Front of the
error.
house now.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That's how that worked out.
Right, yeah. You're like, fuck this kitchen stuff. Yeah.
Well, you've worked both. You prefer kitchen?
I think Nick's one of the few people
Yeah.
that I know
Usually
that
it's
can
like
do
one
both.
or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least when
He's like a day
from
walker.
back
Yeah.
from back of the house to
Some people
front.
get cloned. Some people think there's another me running around. Rumor has it.
You wouldn't surprise me. I swear I've left like Mayflower and then like 5 minutes later saw you somewhere else. And
What the fuck is
I
happening?
gotta be there today at like 2. Like,
I could be in South Boston.
Me too.
Yeah, nice.
I have to be home. Hey, you fuckers. I have to go home and lay my dogs.
Honestly, when you asking though, like what I like better, I kind of like the front of the house better.
Yeah.
It's just I don't
not
know.
as hot.
I just make it
Yeah.
back house. I still love cooking,
Yeah.
but I can always go home and cook.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But like I don't know, the
Yeah.
social capacity I have is a little better out front
Yeah.
than out back. Sometimes I'm working with like just like people like. No disrespect, just like dumb as dirt. Like, hey, no personality.
Hey, you didn't
Just
name anyone's
working
names.
with-
Right, yeah.
Disrespect. I'm
But
like,
But some people are like, hey, so what are you into? Like, what's up, bro? Like, how's your day? I want to talk about it. I'm like, okay. You just work in dead silence. You put their music on, and it's just like, oh.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's called autism, Nick. I'm sorry.
You might be right there. Yeah. You know a joke like, oh, excuse my autism.
It is wild. That's like the new joke. Like, this fucking everyone's you're autistic
I'm
now.
on the spectrum.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
That seems like
It's
that.
like, no,
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. It's like everyone's
everyone's-
pretending they're autistic, and I'm like, I
everyone's
don't
autistic.
really think you are.
You're just dumb as shit.
I just
You're
don't
only allowed to
think you
say that.
care
You're only
about
allowed
other
to say if
people's
you're born after
opinions.
1998. I don't.
If you go ask someone with autism, Nick,
Yeah.
35. I'm autistic. You're just lazy.
It's just like how everyone you say, "Oh, I have ADD." Fucking,
yeah.
it's like, "Oh, I have autism." So next year it's gonna be like, "I have Down syndrome." It's okay, not my fault.
This is my
What is
service
happening?
dog.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Fucking-
God.
Service
Everyone
rabbit.
used to say that shit, and then I dated this girl who had ADD, and I was like, okay, you know that. Like,
Yeah.
I now understand what this is, and you definitely
And
don't
so you
have
meet
it.
the
Yeah.
person you can tell when they haven't taken their medication.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, oh, that's what that
Like,
is.
literally having conversations, and they walk away, and then you're like, so is
They're
that a
like,
yes?
hello?
And they're like, what? I'm like, you didn't answer me. Yes, I
When
did.
did you get here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck just happened?
Oh,
What is everyone's quietest night of the week?
I think we've talked about this
Have
before.
we? I might have read it before.
Yeah. Thursdays are quiet for us. It's like this
So you guys
weird.
are in the busy season now, right? 'Cause it's-
January will still be slow, just like everybody else.
Yeah,
but then,
yeah.
like February, March, like
Right,
we'll
it's
get a
fucking
little.
dry January.
I know, yeah,
Imagine areas.
yeah.
That
So
should be over by now.
I know. Well, it's. I mean,
It's a struggle.
it's dry January. That's
Stupid.
yeah. It's just. I don't know. Like we finally have like the mocktails and like the non-alc
Yeah.
beers and stuff. But like for a while, like we didn't have any of that because we just were like, are people gonna really want like soda water with some like syrup in it or like you know what I mean? Like it just.
Yeah.
There's a market for it. People. do
Oh,
like
now
it.
now definitely. But like a couple of years ago, like, we were like.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, but now now we have a couple like mocktails and stuff like
Because
that.
everyone's
But
like, I'm Cali sober. You know, and I'm like, what is that? Well, you just don't drink.
Yeah.
Well, you do cocaine and all that. Okay.
we do heroin. I feel
Seems
like
legit.
Yeah.
I just took my Xanax and I'm good.
Mahoney, what's your slowest day of the week at Stats?
Depends. If you ask my staff, it's every day. They complain fucking nonstop.
They complain that you guys are slow?
They complain about everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's fair.
Probably Mondays.
Yeah. I guess technically that's our slowest day because we're not open.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Thursdays for us, it's like Thirsty Thursday isn't really a thing anymore in
Yeah.
town. So like,
It's not really a thing anywhere.
yeah, I mean it's like I don't know. It's kind of a struggle to figure out what to do to get people to come out on a Thursday because in a lot of people's brains are like, well, I'm just gonna go out tomorrow. I'm just going
Yeah.
on Friday for the weekend, like. But
Like, we're always busiest, like, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's when, like, places want us the
yeah,
most.
well, because that's usually their slower day,
Yeah.
so they're trying to like, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Thursdays are for us, but I don't know. What are you gonna do? Like you said, dry January is just like, ugh.
It's
Okay.
like crawling out of the holidays too. It's like,
Yeah,
boom, boom, it's
yeah.
so
I'll tell you what though, like some people, like I know in the past, like, oh, I just spent all this money over Christmas, and now I got to catch up on my bills, so I don't want to go out. When people were out here this past Saturday night, I don't think I've seen more fucking hundos being thrown around to pay for like a
Oh,
sip.
the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah,
got their,
but the money's around.
The money is there, but
well,
I'll tell
everyone's
you,
got their cards from their grandmas. And that's what they have.
yeah, right. Well, and then it got to the point where like I couldn't even cash a hundo because all I had were 5s and 1s, and I had like 6 hundos in my drawer,
No
and like.
shit.
Yeah, and there was like some girl wanted to pay for a soda with $100 bill, and I was like, "Man,
Just have it, bro.
just take it." She's like, "I don't want to tip you." I'm like, "You can leave me the hundo. You can leave that. I can't fucking break it, dude. Like, I'm not fucking giving you $97 back for a fucking soda." Jesus Christ! I'd rather you use a card. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Exactly.
But yeah, I lost so many hundos this past weekend. I was like, dude. Ugh.
I never have cash on me.
Very rarely.
Yeah.
I do. Well, the only time I ever do is when I pick up bartending shifts, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah. But other than that, yeah.
If I go out drinking and stuff, like or to a restaurant, I keep cash on me.
Yeah.
I always tip in cash.
Mm-hmm.
Because you never know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta hide it from the man.
The
Gotta hide it from the government.
No, he is the man. He's the poor guy.
Yeah, the one guy.
One guy.
All right, that's the part of the podcast where we. I'm sorry, it's last call. This is the part, Jesus Christ. Where we go around the table and plug whatever we like. Last time we started with Dan. I think we're going to start with Jess this time.
The last time you started with me.
No, I did.
No, start with Dan.
Bro.
Oh, that's right. Fuck. I just was ill prepared.
Everyone's ill prepared for this point.
I am. Listen, my brain. I'm gonna promote anti-dry January.
I thought you were going to promote
Anti-coronavirus, whatever the fuck. Yeah.
On the last episode.
Antivirus. Yeah. No. Go out and drink. Come on. You only live once. YOLO.
Quote the Greek drink.
You only live once until you fucking die of liver fucking alcohol poisoning, and then it's not my problem anymore. So
On that bright note. What do you got, Mahoney?
I'll be positive to Jess.
yeah, just gotta mix it up.
I'm going to promote a downtown business or a Plymouth business.
There you
I
go.
went to Plymouth Ivy League. Oh, not the Ivy League. The Plymouth Hydration. Like the IV people.
Oh yeah.
Where is
What?
that?
It's right next
It's
to
right
Dylan's.
next to Dylan's.
Yeah, they're
Really?
like on top of the hair. They're
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah. It's a hydration station. Like
Yeah.
it's like you
Oh,
go
I'm
in
about
like
to
when
go
you're
there right
hungover,
now.
you
Dude, it's
fucking
fucking
get
awesome.
IVs of like electrolytes and
Really?
oh yeah,
Probably pronounced
They're
their name
huge.
correctly.
I was gonna
Right,
say.
Yeah.
they're huge.
Plymouth IV Lounge.
Yeah, they're huge in Nashville. Is there any
Yeah.
up in
There's
Boston?
a couple in Boston. So
Yeah.
actually, the woman who did mine over here
Mhm.
used to work at the one in Boston that
Oh, okay.
I've been to.
They
But they're
do,
awesome.
didn't they do like delivery? Like they'd like go
Yeah,
to your
they'll
house
come to
too?
you.
Yeah, they'll come to you,
They'll
yeah.
your house. They are the nicest
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah,
Wow.
Like,
it's usually like nurses or like people like
Yeah.
EMTs
Yep.
or like
Yeah,
whatever
so
that
they
they know how to stick it to you.
yeah, I got one right before my wedding of fucking all kinds of cold fight and stuff. So like, I can't be sick on my wedding. And I just got hungover on my wedding instead. But
See,
they're
I thought it
awesome.
would be done like post drinking.
Well, they have those too.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of different things. They do like
Yeah.
cold, like immune stuff, the system
Yeah.
stuff, like hydration. They're
Mhm.
dope. Like, we'll go do it again.
It's sick.
Interesting.
Good.
Never
Yeah.
heard of that.
Yeah.
We'll fucking branch out, Andy. You're the
Yeah.
most dehydrated person here.
I won't even argue that. It's entirely possible.
That's what I drank. And like,
What do you got,
I
Patrick?
started at war yesterday.
Get this water in my coffee.
What do I want to plug? I would like to plug in. Okay, since we're anti-dry January,
Okay.
or if we are, dry January, like February, we'll do another day drinking. We
Yeah.
got our topic on.
Yeah.
We've been
See?
kicking around some ideas.
For like
feet
a
up.
year. Yes.
Because it's expensive and ruins days.
It
That's
ruins
why-
days. It
That's
costs
ruined my
money. It
fucking
does.
day.
It does.
Yeah.
But it's fun and it's good content.
Yeah.
It is. It's
So-
just it's hard to produce. So.
But yeah, so
We'll
initially
just do
I'm
one. We won't
plugging
even record
in.
it.
Yeah.
Inebriate is my plug. All
Go,
right?
Yeah.
go to
Yeah.
YouTube and watch Bar Talk Day Drinking.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fun.
Nick's been on several. Dan's been on most of them. Jess has been on a bunch.
Yep. It's fun.
The ones I weren't on, I don't regret not being on.
Right. Yeah.
The ones I was on, I don't necessarily remember being on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
I remember
It's
after.
usually not day drinking that gets me. It's afternoon drinking that gets
Right,
me.
yeah.
Oh, it's day drinking gets you drunk enough that you then stop making good decisions for the
Yeah.
rest of the
Right.
day.
Exactly.
The first one I did, I was like, oh, I can never do this again. This is bad.
Never
It
do
was me and Jeff, and we kept
Yeah.
drinking throughout the day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then he left me at like 8 o'clock. He was like, I gotta go do a gig. And I was like, you're working?
I remember doing one and
Yeah.
then having to work the next night, and I was
Yeah.
like, "This was a terrible idea."
Bad idea.
Yeah.
There have been people who have left and gone to work.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
from
Like me.
Yeah,
just-
I had to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Who's the one with you guys did in the hot tub, the tiki one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Ling
Joe.
Ling. Yeah.
Oh,
was
that's
supposed to come to
right.
Speedwell. I didn't show up till like 6, 7 o'clock. And I was like, go home. And he was like a waste. I was like, just get out of here, just leave. What do I need?
That was my
What's the
bad.
point?
Actually,
That's what I'm saying.
It's like now trying to like all right, now like you need someone to drive you.
Right.
You need to clear your calendar. Well, I got this thing. You're no.
You're not.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I tried to
there
record.
and back.
Right. Yeah.
I tried to record a podcast after it one
Oh,
time.
yeah.
I was a fucking mess.
Did you fall asleep?
That may be true. I cannot
In the middle of a podcast,
nor
you fall
deny that.
asleep?
There happens to be an episode of the old Colony Cast where I was really quiet.
Yep. And then all of a sudden at the end, you pop back up again.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's like you're sitting there having recording, and all of a sudden it's like looking around, being like, "What the fuck are they talking
When
about?"
did I get here?
Yeah.
I didn't get you, yeah.
And then I look at my phone, and there's a picture of me just like napping on the table. And I'm like, "Oh shit!"
That was
Usually with Carl's hair, everyone's drinking.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the thing is like it starts off with like a drink or two to pregame.
Yeah.
And then
Get you
there's the
loose.
drinks.
And, yeah.
I gotta say, the soberest I think people ever were the AI drinks because no one
They were
drank
disgusting.
them because they were disgusting.
I felt bad. I felt so
I don't know. Cam was
Cam was on
fucking
that, but
toasty,
Cam also
toasty.
like drank them.
Yeah. So did I.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, in general, like everyone else was pretty.
Yeah.
sober.
I don't think that those drinks ever get me. It's just fucking afterwards. That's when it's just straight downhill.
Well,
Well, that's what I'm
When
saying.
you're
Is, like,
in here,
you
it's
have
like,
those drinks,
oh.
and then like someone's
Atmosphere.
like, "Oh, do you want another beer?" And then that other beer. Now, next thing you know,
Yeah.
you're like,
Pizza.
That's why I like to go last.
Or like
not
someone
first.
doesn't want their drink that you made, so like then the other person will drink the ones that they don't
Yeah.
want to drink, and it's like,
Yeah.
But it's the aftermath. And it's like, all right, time to go. You go out there and it's like broad daylight.
on a
Yeah.
Monday.
on a
Where's the
Monday,
car, boo boo? Where's the car?
and then someone's like, "Hey, I'm going over to Main
You
Street,"
wanna
and
just
you're
go
like,
to
"Yeah, let's go
BBC?
there."
And it's right there. And then it's like, who are these?
That's
And
it.
people looking at you crazy. What are you doing? It's
Well,
Monday.
that was like when we went to the Pillory that
Monday.
one
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone in Pillory
What do
hated
we
us.
have to
We're like,
do?
whatever, we were acting like it's Saturday night.
Yeah.
2 in the afternoon on
It's on
Monday.
that time. You know, like,
And the funny thing is, like, the next time you see people, like, "So you record a new episode?" You're like,
You're like,
"Yeah." They're like,
yeah.
"Oh, you guys were having a great time."
Like, yeah,
I was
we
very
were.
Here?
I was very careful the second time. I think
Yeah.
I was like, it's good.
Yeah, it's
Let's do it again.
yeah,
Let's do it all again.
I'll put it on the list.
I'll put it on the list.
I think I have time in February. It's just
There you go.
it's,
I just think it's funny content.
it's super funny content.
Yeah.
I've even sent it to friends like around the country. Be like, "Is this really funny or is this Plymouth funny?"
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
How funny
I
are we
know
talking
these
here?
idiots, and they're like, "No, that's funny."
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
Good. That's
We're
good.
funny.
But the ROI on that is just not there. So that's the problem.
Will not be monetized.
Yeah.
When I talk about putting children in cages.
Weirdly, that's fine. It's probably all the swearing
Yeah.
that's the issue.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
what was the
Some
one
racist
we did
Pokemon.
when they just had to cut everything we said?
Oh, because we were talking.
So anyways, you can email Bartalk at bartalkcast@gmail.com. You can find us on all social medias at Bartalkcast before they get me canceled. Whatever fucking crazy shit they were going to say.
We'll talk about the blackface Pokemon.
Yeah. We'll see you for the next time. Bye!
And thanks for checking out the show today, listeners. If you enjoyed the content today, you can go over to patreon.com/inebriart to support the show. You can join over there for just a few dollars a month and help us provide this fun content that you just checked out. You can also email us at inebriart.com with your questions, complaints, and concerns, or you can find us on all social medias at inebriart or at inebriart6 on Instagram. And also don't forget to check out our other shows, Bar Talk Podcast, Old Colony Cast, Inebriart, and all the other shows on the Inebriart Network, which you can find at inebriart.com. Thanks again for listening.